I'm Colleen Hagerty with Unfoodable Side Dish in Manhattan's Lower East Side. Now this area is well known for its amazing variety of restaurants and bars, and today we're getting a chance to check out Wassail, which is New York City's very first cider bar. Let's try some ciders. Okay, well, thank you so much for having me here today. I am a huge cider fan, so very excited to try out what you have. What first gave you the idea of opening a cider bar?
It's kind of a long, organic process how we came to be cider fans and cider lovers, but we started our menu at Kickshaw with about 3 ciders, and over the course of about 3 years, we kept on adding ciders as they became available, as customers were asking for them, as we learned more and started to appreciate ciders more.
And I know cider is the fastest growing alcoholic beverage, they said, in America right now. Why do you think that is?
For one, it's a historical beverage. It's America's first table wine. It's there's something really kind of cool and fascinating about that it was forgotten for so long, and it's so good. And how could it be forgotten for so long?
So I think when a lot of people think of cider, they think of that really sweet, very fruity taste. But it sounds like you have a lot more than that here. You have offerings sort of across the board of flavors.
Yeah, I mean, if someone has only had sweet cider and that's what they want and that's what they like, there's definitely some things that we can offer them that are still within the category of real cider that's not sort of pumped up with sugar and all branding.
And how many different types of cider do you offer here?
We have about 80.
Wow.
No, more. 95 bottles of cider, 12 tap lines of cider. Within that, there's different categories, of course.
And now, tell me about this space here. It's so fantastic. You have so much room for a Lower East Side bar, all different decor, wall colors. What sort of atmosphere were you trying to create?
The idea came from the name, actually, Wassail. Wassail is, among other things, it's like a ritual that happens in the dead of winter where you, like cider makers or orchardists, gather around their tree. They're one of their oldest trees, and then they sing to it, they make loud noises, and they throw cider on the tree as like a blessing. It's like, for a good harvest.
Well, I should say also that it's to ward off evil spirits.
I don't like to say that because it's like such a negative thing. I just say it's a blessing. That's how I like to say it.
Why was that important for you to have not just a bar, but a food menu that does involve cider?
We felt that it wouldn't really be fair to cider to not do something with food that was that had an interplay. The acidity works great with different kinds of foods. The bubbles cleanse the palate. Whenever we're trying to pair food with cider, we're looking for, we're trying to create a pairing along 2 different sort of axes. We're either trying to pair underlying notes or flavors in the cider, or we're trying to counterpoint. So we're trying to pair opposites. Something that would balance really well.
So tell me what you're making here right now.
So I'm making green and white asparagus with like a spring broth and kind of like a vinaigrette of pine needles.
With the colors and everything, this just looks like spring. It really does.
This is chanterelle salsa, which is kind of like I'm gonna cook in olive oil, nice and slow, and then kind of finish off with just pine vinegar.
Oh, it smells fantastic, the pine vinegar. The color of them is fantastic.
It's spring.
Yeah. So is your menu very seasonal? Do you really work with what's fresh, what's good for that?
Yeah, we try to be seasonal. We try to get as much or support the local farms as much as we can.
Rumor is cider even plays a role in this bread.
Yeah, we try to do 2 breads. One is made with cider, which is our whole wheat bread, and the other one is with sprouted rye.
Well, you have officially made me hungry and I'm dying to try some of your ciders, so I'm gonna head up to the bar. Thank you so much. So we have some of your ciders from on tap here, and can you just sort of walk me through the different kinds? We'll start here with this guy.
Sure. This is a French cider. This is from Ciderie Nicole in Brittany, France. This one is gonna drink pretty, relatively dry, semi-sweet actually, quite funky, pretty typical for a French cider.
Oh, it's nice. It's very smooth. That
A little bit smoky even.
Yeah.
This is Trabanco. So this one's gonna drink, go ahead, dry again, but pretty tart as well.
Oh wow,
And
yeah.
refreshing.
There's a kick to it.
Yes, yes. This one here is quite a bit drier. It's clearer, it's filtered. This is an English cider. This one you'll also notice a little barnyard, a little countryside, but a nice, some great tannins and some refreshing notes.
Yeah.
This is made by the quintessential American cider maker, that's Farnham Hill in New Hampshire. This is their Dooryard Batch 314. This one is still bone dry, like literally like no sugar, but it's got some nice acidity, and this one I feel is going to go incredibly with some of our food.
It's fantastic because they're all so different. They really are.
Yeah, that's the most exciting thing I think for me in terms of opening people's eyes to cider, is how crazy the range is.
So tell me about your most popular drink or your favorite drink to make here.
One of my favorites and one of the most popular is the Summer of Rambo. It is.
Great name. So can you walk me through how
Yes.
you put this all together?
Yeah. 1/2 of a strawberry, a slice of cucumber, a raspberry, a blueberry, and a blackberry. A dash of Angostura, and then muddle that all up. 3/4 lemon juice, 3/4 simple syrup, 1 ounce of Famous Grouse blended scotch, and 1 ounce of pins.
I love the color.
And then I'm going to go top it with some Spanish Cedro.
Looks fantastic. Thank you so much for this. It looks so good. I almost feel bad drinking it. That's fantastic. I know it took a couple steps to get there, but it's worth it. It's worth it. This is amazing.
Enjoy it.
Thank you for checking out this episode of On Foodable Side Dish. I think we've learned that whether it's from Spain or upstate New York, there is definitely a cider here for everyone. And this one is definitely for me. From Wassail in the Lower East Side, cheers.